Hey son, where have you been?
Hey Dad, you are home. I was with my friends, we were discussing about evolution of computers.
So what you have learned?
I was listening but I was a bit confused.
Come sit, let me tell you about this.
Evolution of computers.
A computer is an electronic device that receives data as input, stores and processes it into meaningful information, and provides the required output. Computers has the ability to calculate as well as to store and perform various other tasks, according to the instructions we provide. Earlier calculating devices. A computer has evolved a lot for the last couple of decades. In earlier days, the computer was such a big machine that required space like a complete room. But with the ever-changing technological world, a computer has been reduced from a bulky machine to as small as that of a notebook. Let us read about some of the calculating devices used in the earlier times. Abacus. Abacus, which stands for Abundant Beads Addition and Calculation Utility System, was most likely invented in Babylon, now Iraq, over 5,000 years ago. But its use was perfected by Chinese. An abacus was mainly used to perform simple calculations, such as counting, addition and subtraction. It was constructed as a wooden frame with beads sliding on wires or rods. The upper portion of abacus is called heaven and its lower part is called earth.
Do you know? China is one of the countries where the abacus is widely used. The Chinese version of an abacus is popularly known as the swanpan.
Napier's bone. Napier's bone was developed in 1617 by a Scottish mathematician named John Napier. It was developed to speed up the long multiplication and division. It performed multiplication with repeated addition and division with repeated subtraction. It even calculated square roots. This calculating device consists of a set of rectangular rods with numbers inscribed on them. These rods were usually made up of carved bones, ivory, wood or metal. Pascaline. The Pascaline, or the Pascal's calculator, was the first mechanical calculator invented by a French mathematician named Blaise Pascal somewhere between 1642 and 1644, to assist his father's work as a tax collector. It was the first calculator to be used commercially. It used gears, wheels and dials to work. The numbers were displayed using the dials and simple addition and subtraction could be performed on it. Analytical engine. Charles Babbage was an English mathematician who invented the analytical engine in 1837. The analytical engine was much more than a calculator. It had 5 units input. Control was used to manage all the units. Store was used for storing the data. Mill was used as the calculating unit and control was used to manage all the units. Today, every computer is constructed on the basis of these 5 units. An English mathematician and writer, Lady Augusta Ada Lovelace, was the first person to recognize that the machine, analytical engine, had applications beyond pure calculation. She created the first algorithm intended to be carried out by such a machine. As a result, she is often considered as the first computer programmer.
Do you know? Charles Babbage is known as the father of the modern computer.
Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra, or Boolean logic, was framed by an English mathematician, Gerard Boole. It can express the output of an expression by the use of a simple concept of true or false. Boole linked the numbers with a binary number system representing the positive value as 1 and negative values as 0. Today, this logic is the fundamental principle used in every computer's control unit. Mark I or Mark I or Mark I was invented during the time of World War II in the United States in 1944 by a Harvard professor named Howard Aiken. It was the first fully automatic large-scale calculator. It used punched cards to store the information. It was capable of performing long and complex calculations automatically. The main drawback of this machine was its huge size of the room, and complex design. The machine was more than 50 feet long, 8 feet high and weighed nearly 5 tons. ENIAC. Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was the first electronic digital computer used for general purpose. ENIAC. It was designed and built in 1945 by John Walkley and J. Presper Eckert.
Do you know? This first computer which ran the first graphical computer game named Baby was EDSAC.
EDVANCE. EDVANCE, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, was one of the first electronic computers that used the binary system and had memory more than any computer invented before it. Like the ENIAC, it was also built to calculate weapons, firing tables, and its public presentation was carried through in 1947. UNIVAC 1. The UNIVAC 1, Universal Automatic Computer I, was the first commercial computer produced in the United States. It was designed by J. Prespereckert and John Mauchly, designers of the ENIAC, in 1951. It could read 7,200 decimal digits per second. It did not use binary numbers, making it by far the fastest business machine yet built. It comprised some 5,000 vacuum tubes and weighed nearly 15 tons. It used magnetic tape reels which could store 1 megabyte of data,